Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to episode 14, season 2 of the Prosperous Yogini podcast. And the last, 2 weeks now into this week, 3 weeks, I've been talking all about selling, our relationship to selling, and of course, that I'm sure for you has butted up against our relationship with money. The reason why I'm focusing on selling and making money is because on Monday, the 16th, so coming up like on Monday this week, if you hear this podcast in time, is my free live training, The Energetics of Selling. There's also on Friday, the 20th of September, a Q&A party. This free training, the free Q&A party, is all to mark the launch of my new business, Amy Jones Mentor, my new online program, Energy, Mindset, Money, and More. It is there to help me fulfill my mission of helping more women to do what lights them up, share their gifts with the world, and make money. I am trying to contain my excitement for my new program, but like I said a few weeks ago, every time I go and look at that sales page, I am literally pinching myself that this is something I created. I would so love you to be part of that. So eyes peeled, but for now, double make sure that you're on the wait list for the Energetics of Selling. And if you listen to this podcast at a later date and you think, damn, I've missed all of this, remember, you can head over to amyyoga.com for all your yoga teacher training needs, and you can head over to amyjonesmentor.com for all your mentoring and business needs, and see what's going on in my world at whatever time you listen to this podcast. All right, my darlings. So today's episode is on the topic of money. And last week I asked did you feel about selling? This week I'm asking you, how do you feel about receiving money? Okay. And I purposely use the word receiving money. All right. I'm talking about receiving money for your gifts. I think I'm trying to think of a good statistic, but I'm thinking in terms of statistically with the women that I work with in one-to-one and in my group programs, we probably, I'm going to just say, I think it's about 50%, if not higher. We will talk about money mindset, pricing, why we're undercharging, why we're over delivering. So often when those that I'm working with come to me with, let me take a great example. Like my favorite one is when they come to me and they're going to be running a retreat. And I'm running a retreat, Amy, and I'm thinking of charging this, right? What do you think? This happens to me a lot, okay? And I will be like, I will not answer that question because I can't, right? You can't say, I'm thinking of running a retreat, a weekend retreat, and charging $295, right? I'll be like, what do I think? Well, I was like, I don't know, right? I don't know what your costs are. I don't know how many people you can accommodate on this retreat. I don't know your break-even point. I don't know what energetically you would like to receive for working on this weekend retreat. What is the work and the marketing and the risk to you to committing to this retreat, and what is the time that you need after running this weekend to retreat to recover the next few days after the retreat? Like, I don't know. You come at me with the data. Like, come at me with your costs, first of all. So they have to go away and cost everything up. And then this is going back a few years ago. I remember like costing up a retreat with somebody, and the original price meant if her retreat was full, she would have made, after her costs for this weekend retreat, £500. And I was like, wow. I was like, think of all the you are running this retreat, you are organizing this retreat, you are selling this retreat, you are delivering this retreat. And she's also, as well as running retreats, she also works one-to-one as a massage therapist. So she was like, yeah, I definitely, on the Monday and the Tuesday after retreats, I have to rest, I'm too tired to massage. I was like, £500 profit, if you feel it, it's not worth your while. Energetically, it's completely off. So if she hadn't been working with me, what would have happened was she'd come up plucked a made-up figure out of the air, wasn't based in any form of fact or had any consideration of the energy exchange. She would have gone with it. She would have delivered the retreat, and then she would have been absolutely exhausted afterwards and gone, oh, I've only like made £500. That's if it was full. She would have felt an anxiety to fill it to cover her costs, and very easily could have gone, well, I'm not doing that again. That wasn't worth it. But it absolutely was worth it. She just needed to charge more. She needed to think about her costs. What are our overheads? What do I want to energetically make from this? Money is money's just a flow of energy. Like, it's so tied up into so much, excuse my language, bullshit, so much programming. If you haven't listened to Jen Sincero's You Are a Badass at Making Money, it's like my Bible. I'm still very much working on my money mindset, to the point where I think money mindset is the same as my yoga practice. It's just an ongoing practice that I'm going to be with me for probably the majority of my life. Because our relationship with money, our energetic relationship with money, has a direct influence, a direct impact on our ability to receive it. Okay. And it's hard to wrap your head around. If you don't have enough faith in yourself, if you don't have enough faith in your services, if you believe it's wrong to make money from your service, if you feel bad for asking for money, bad for taking money, if you are worried that you're doing something that people can't afford, can I just sidestep and say, afford it? You don't know what people can and can't afford, because we have we don't have access to their finances. Affordability is a relative term. What is affordable to someone is not affordable to another, is too cheap to another. Like, the price is irrelevant. Once you know your costs and you know what you need to cover your costs, break even, and then make some money, the best price is an aligned price, one that you can energetically get behind. And normally, for the first time, people undercharge. Like, we often undercharge for services. I'm frequently undercharged for my services. And like, one of the challenging things, if I'm like honest with you guys, we know each other really well, so I can be. One of the challenging things with my new business is working through some money mindset issues for myself. I've been grossly undercharging for my one-to-one services. I've been undercharging for my group mentoring program services. And I've been like, I want to charge more for this, but I feel really, really bad. So it's been really, really difficult. Particularly, I have a one-to-one package and I have wrangled with the price of it. I know it's still underpriced, but I've gone, actually, energetically, this is the price at this moment of time that I can get behind. And this is this receiving. And what I do know from working on my money mindset, it's your nervous system. You've got to work with your nervous system. If your nervous system is like, oh, hell no, I can't do that, well, then I can't do that. What is the next place I can go to in terms of pricing and offers that I feel, okay, this feels a bit stretchy, but I can ask for this. I do feel aligned with this. Because if you don't do that, then what happens is you undercharge and you think resentment builds up. Resentment builds up, like, I'm not charging enough for this. They're getting this amazing thing. I'm giving them loads. I can't carry on. I'm going to feel burnt out if I carry on. And because I know that, when feelings of resentment, when feelings of contrast, when feelings of like, God, why am I charging so little for this, right? When that comes up for me, I know I'm going to have to do some work on my money mindset and put my prices up. None of this is easy. It is, go back to last week where I talked about selling being a practice. Your relationship, your money mindset is a practice. Your ability to ask and receive money is a practice. Is a practice of working with the nervous system, not against it. Opening up greater levels of acceptance to receive money for your gifts, for being like, you know what, this offer will cost this. I am the most expensive person, in my area, but this is what I need to charge. Or let me counter that. This offer is going to be this. It is cheaper, but I know that this is what I want to charge. I'm aligned with the price. Okay. But am I aligned with the price? But I'm undercharging. So I've got to work on, why the root causes of why I'm undercharging. Women are hardwired to over deliver and undercharge, to feel bad about asking for money, to feel bad about having conversations with money. How often have you been in a position where perhaps somebody hasn't paid and you need to chase them up for the money, and that feels awkward? I mean, that doesn't happen to me really anymore because people have to buy online up front. But I remember back in the days when I was queen of cash, and some people would turn up to class and say, I haven't got any cash. Can I pay you next week? Yeah, that's fine. Or can I pay you by backs? And then they wouldn't pay me. And I'd have to be like, I need to send them a message. I need to send them an email to ask for payment for the class. And I used to put it off. I used to procrastinate. I used to feel guilty about asking for money, like from a service that they had received. Like, this is all stuff, right? That isn't easy stuff. This is all stuff that you have to work on. Listen to Jen's book, You Are a Badass at Making Money. It's opened my eyes to basically the long journey of healing my money mindset, of getting into a place of being vibrationally open to making money, vibrationally open to receiving money from my gifts, vibrationally open to receiving larger sums of money and being okay with that. And I know I've talked about this before, because one of the things we struggle with, because we are service-based entrepreneurs, and one of the reasons we're doing what we're doing, or the main reason we're doing what we're doing, is because we want to help people, right? And then we think, well, I want people to be able to afford me. I've talked about affordability being relative. I've also talked about, if you have a calling to use your gifts to help people, if you have a profitable, sustainable business with an abundance of time and money, you can do what the hell you want with that time and money, right? You can redirect the flow of abundance into causes that you feel passionate about. But if you're, struggling to make money from your business, and you're over delivering, burning out, feeling exhausted, feeling like you're never making enough money, the energy exchange is off, then at some point you're going to stop, and everyone loses in that place. Everyone loses in the place. The other thing I've noticed about when I put my prices up, and when I charge more, that I also attract a different person. I also attract perhaps somebody who's more committed to what it is I'm asking them to commit to, because the financial transaction has been higher. So how do you feel about money? How do you feel about earning money? And my very, very first podcast episode 1, season 1, is It Is Safe to Make Money as a Yoga Teacher. Right. And here I am, season 2, episode 14, over 2 years on, talking about money. And I still find this a difficult conversation to have with you guys. I still am thinking, God, I hope they think I'm all about the money. I really am truly passionate about what I do, and dedicated to both my role as a yoga trainer, my role as a business mentor. And nothing gives me greater joy. Nothing gives me greater joy than seeing those I've trained and those I've mentored, starting new businesses and growing their existing businesses, and basically sharing their gifts with the world and make money. Nothing gives me greater joy. Here's what I want you to hear. You know what? Earning money is a byproduct of that. But if I am undercharging and over delivering, then that low vibrational resentment, burnout, overwhelm, negative energy comes in, and I stop showing up for these people. I stop delivering my brilliant training and my brilliant business mentoring. The energy comes off. energy is everything. Okay, we're separating, like, the energy of marketing, the energy of selling, the energy of money. It is all, guess what, part of an interconnected whole, that when you are in a state of, in your power, in your place, in your flow, this is what I'm meant to do, this is how I'm meant to serve, then the abundance, the overflow that you're calling in, whatever the transaction is, and cash is not the only transaction. I'm going to share that. I'm going to finish on that point in a minute. Whatever that, the energetic transaction you're calling in, and I'm not just calling in money, I'm calling in time to serve, time to be with my family, time for myself. I'm calling in love, I'm calling in joy, I'm calling in job satisfaction, I'm calling in feeling like I am fulfilling my mission, to see these women thriving, and of course calling in money as part of that, to model to you that I'm working on my mindset, and the more I open myself up to receive more, that the more I receive. But it is a very difficult, delicate dance, and I'm one that I really do invite you to participate in, and obviously I'd love you to participate in it with me. So yeah, energetics to selling is happening. That's free live training, Monday the 16th of September, and my new online course, Energy, Mindset, Money and More. Money mindset's coming up in that. It is epic business advice meets hustle energy. Doors to that open on the 23rd of September. They close on the 2nd of October. We're starting in October and going through to December. So 2025 is going to be your best year ever. Right. Last thing I wanted to talk about is not all transactions are cash. So I'm currently working with Lucy Sheridan. She's currently my business coach. Like, I really want to just say on a side note, guys, working on your money and mindset, working on your business, working on your energy, all of that stuff is utterly impossible on your own. If it's not me, find someone that you energetically align with, right? If it's not me, find someone, right? But really do encourage you to make that financial transaction, that investment in you. The free stuff is great. It literally will only ever take you so far. And I really, I have experienced that. I say that from a real place of truth and knowing, right? So Lucy Sheridan, who I'm working with at the moment, we were talking about something that I'm doing. And I was like, well, it's not a money-making opportunity, but it's going to be amazing. And she was like, Amy, not all transactions are cash-based. And I absolutely love that. Can we open ourselves up to receive more experience, more unknowns, more what ifs, more joy, more time, more abundance, more overflow, more money, right? As Jen Sincero says, money ain't going to make you happy, right? It certainly opens up a whole world of opportunities for you to participate in. And I know a world, when I put on the news and all the things that annoy me about the world, right? Don't get me started on that one. But I know a world where wealth is more evenly distributed between men and women is a world that I'm calling in. Okay. And as part of that, women, guys, like we do need to wake up to the utter lies that we've been fed in terms of what money is and our relationship to money, and opened up to the belief that it is possible for us to make as much money as we want, possible for us to make as much money as what we're energetically aligned to receive. And the more I work on the practice of my money mindset, the practice of receiving more, the more that will flow to me. And that is a good thing, because I'm a kind-hearted, caring individual. Okay, and money in your hands, money in my hands is a good thing. All right, my darlings. So I really hope to see you all on Monday nights, 16th September, 8 p.m. I would really all love to see you in my new online program. And if group programs aren't your bag, but you'd like to work with one-to-one, do get in touch. At the moment I'm full, but that changes all the time, so I'll add your name to the wait list. All right, my darlings, I will see you all next week. Dawn's my new program will be open by then, so I'll be able to share the epic sales page with you. All right, my lovelies, I'll see you all next week.